Hey there, coach, it's Carolin here, and today I want to do things a little bit differently. Usually I coach and I teach and I give you strategies for your business, but many of you have asked me about my story and to share a little bit more about myself and how I have been able to get ahead and reach my goals. So today I want to let you in behind the scenes and tell you more about my story and how I've been able to come to the country and immigrate and build my career and then launch into a business and make my business very successfully. And I will also share with you what I attribute my own success to. And I'm hoping that this will inspire you to unleash the best version of yourself too.
All about helping you go from passion to profits in your coaching business.
So let's get to know each other a little bit better, shall we? So I have come to the country. You know what? It's hard to talk about your own story. I have not done this before. This is gonna be tough. I don't like this episode at all. Crap. I want to take you back to 2001 when I immigrated to this country from Germany. So I came from Germany to the US for two reasons. Reason number one was my husband. I met him in Germany. We dated, we fell in love. He moved here and I followed him about a year and a half later. And reason number two was a very difficult childhood that I had to leave behind. I had to leave my entire family behind. And I came here to this amazing country to really realize the American dream, to be with my now husband, to build a new family, to build an entirely new life, and to see what would be possible for me. So I had a brand new start. The first thing I did when I came to the country was, of course, to go to school. So I came here with a student visa and I went to school for business. When I came to the country, there were so many unknowns, and this has really been a consistent thread throughout my entire journey, where I always did things before I was ready for them. I always launched into new projects and new ideas and businesses without really understanding how it was going to work out for me. So I always did things before really feeling ready for them. So when I came here, I knew that Boris was going to be here, but I didn't know where we were going to live. I didn't really know how we were going to support ourselves financially. I just thought, you know what, we will figure things out. And we did. My first ever job in the United States was in telemarketing. And I actually called alumni at my school asking them for donations. And because that was the only thing I could do, and I earned minimum wage. I must have been earning $7 or $8 an hour back then. And Boris was the same way. He had a job as a machinist, making minimum wage, and we lived paycheck to paycheck, but we were happy. We had each other and we had big goals and big dreams. And we knew we were not going to stay small. We were thinking about the future and the things we wanted to create and the careers we wanted to start. So we loved the present, but we also knew that there was a lot more waiting for us. In 2006, I graduated with my master's degree. And then, as any good girl would, I launched into a career. So I launched into a marketing career in the financial services industry. At the same time, Boris came to me and he said, let's start a business. And I said to him, well, we don't know anything about businesses. We don't know how to run a business, and we better not. So I was a little bit more pessimistic than him, but he said, you know what? I'm looking at my boss and I'm looking at how he runs his business, and I can do it too, and I can do it better. So we wrote a business plan, we brought it to a bank, we applied for a loan, and we got approved, and that's when we launched Solmac, which is our manufacturing company. And what I want you to really realize is how we did things. We always did things before really being ready for them. So Boris and I launched into the business not really knowing where the clients were going to come from, how the bookkeeping was going to work. And we had to figure things out along the way. And whenever a problem presented itself, we turned it into a project and we figured things out along the way. And today, Solmag is a highly successful multi-million-dollar manufacturing company that Boris owns and manages and runs very successfully. In 2008 and 2009, our 2 boys were born, and that's when my life got really stressful. I had my 2 little boys, I had my full-time job, Boris had the business, and there were a lot of things happening at the same time. And I also got into a phase where I felt sort of lost and without a purpose. And even though I had the boys, I went to work every single day and I felt stressed out. I felt like I was rushing and racing and dropping the boys off in the morning, then going to work and doing my work, and then coming home at night and getting dinner ready, and then going to bed and doing it all over again. And I felt like, where is this going? And a lot of women and men too nowadays feel that way, and they feel sort of, stuck, and they feel without purpose, and they feel without passion, and they're not quite sure why they're doing it all, and they feel stressed, and they feel that there's never enough time, and they don't really know why they are so unhappy. Looking at my life from the outside in, I had it all. I had a beautiful home, I had my boys, we were all healthy, I had a great job, Boris was running the business, but I felt like I was running on this hamster wheel and I wasn't getting the satisfaction that I wanted. And at the same time, I had lost myself in my pregnancies and my health was deteriorating. In 2010, I decided to go on a big health transformation, and I lost almost 100 pounds within about a year and a half. And in this process, I discovered a brand new passion of mine, which was health. And I thought, wow, maybe I can use this skill that I have now and this passion and help other people too. So in the beginning, I began to help my coworkers and my neighbors and my friends. And they said, hey, Carolin, you look great. You have all this energy. How are you doing it? Can you make me a meal plan? Can you make me a workout plan? So I started to coach people on the side, not really understanding what I was doing, and I didn't really think it was ever going to be a business. But then over time, I began to look into it more, and I found the coaching industry. And I saw health coaches working from home, doing work they really loved, really making a difference and an impact. And I thought, maybe this is my passion. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. Maybe with this work, I can finally make a difference. And I was into it, and coaching in health was all I could think about literally all day long. In 2012 and 2013, I took my passion for health on stage, and I actually began to compete in bodybuilding and figure competitions, and I did really well. And that's when I said, you know what, I have to use this skill and this passion for something more. I have to turn this into a business. And I decided to launch a health coaching business on the side. Now, did I know how to build a brand, how to get leads, how to sell my services? No, I didn't know. But again, look at what I did. I began to work on these passions. I began to work on this business without really knowing how I was going to get there. Because my goals and my dreams, again, were bigger than my hesitations, than my excuses, than my fears and my doubts. Of course I had them. I had fears. I didn't know, well, how am I going to pay for ads? And where are these clients going to come from? And what am I actually selling? But I knew if I just put my head into it, if I just sat down and figured things out, I could do it and I could implement things along the way. And so I did. I launched my health coaching business on the side while I was still working in my corporate job. My coaching business grew very slowly. For over 18 months, I did not make a dime. I created programs and I did photo shoots and I built an amazing website and I wrote blog posts and I wrote articles and I was on social media and I did what I now call spaghetti marketing. And I tried a lot of things and I experimented, but what was really holding me back was a lacking vision and a lacking plan. And even though I wouldn't give up and I would try more and more things, I didn't have that ultimate vision of what an online coaching business really looked like and what the main pillars are that someone like you and I have to put in place to have a successful, profitable online coaching business. I remember the day when I sat in my kitchen and I looked at Boris and I said, you know what, something has to change. Because back then I was running my business on the side. I had the boys, I had my corporate job, my 9 to 5, and things were slowly becoming too much for me. And I said to him, I either quit the business and focus on my career 100%, or I leave my job and I actually work on my business full time, but I can't do it all anymore. And that's when he said to me, leave your job, give the business a real shot, go all in, no longer hold yourself back and really give it a try. And then if it works, great. And if it doesn't work, you can always go back to a career later on. That's all I needed to hear. And when Boris gave me permission and he presented this to me in such a way where I saw that I could actually move forward without taking a risk and without putting the family at risk, I left my job and I launched into my business full time, and things started to change for me very, very quickly. In 2014, I had the idea to rebrand my entire business and actually go back into business and leverage my marketing degree. And so we did. We rebranded, built a new website, built new programs, and that's when our brand was born, and that's when we began to work with health coaches and then later on coaches in all different industries to help them build profitable coaching businesses as well. Today's episode is really more about my journey and my story, and next week I'm going to talk to you about how to actually scale your business from maybe $10,000 a month to $30,000 a month, and then all the way up to $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in monthly revenue. And we'll go back to some business teachings, right? Some business training. But this week, I want to give you a few more things that I think will really help you in shifting your mindset, that will help you then shift your life and shift your business into the direction that will help you to succeed and reach your goals. The first thing that I think you should do is to start to take yourself super seriously. One thing I learned along the way is that people will not tell you that you're the expert. They will not say, yes, you're ready. Yes, you're amazing. Yes, you're the best coach out there. Most people will say, are you sure this is for you? Aren't you a little foolish? You're new at this. You're not going to be able to do this and pull this off right away. People will be doubtful. People will hesitate. People will sort of project their own fears onto you. So if you listen to them, you will most likely stay small and never actually go for it at all. So what I recommend to you is that you begin to take yourself super seriously right now. Even if you're new, even if you're a beginner, even if you don't feel successful, you have to say, yes, I'm an expert. Yes, I'm good at what I do. Yes, I love it. Yes, I can. And tell yourself that you're amazing right now just the way you are. Self-love is not being narcissistic. Self-love is not being arrogant. Self-love is important so that you can actually give, especially as a coach, right? If you want to be out there giving to people and leading them and inspiring them, you have to be able to inspire and lead yourself first. So when I realized that nobody was ever going to take me seriously if I don't take myself seriously, things changed a lot, and I really presented myself in a whole new light. I became a lot more professional. I looked at quality, I looked at excellence, and I began to really put myself out there in the best light and take myself seriously so that other people could respect me too. The second thing I want to tell you about is happiness. And this is something that I have been realizing more and more over time, and I think you will find very insightful as well. I want you to ask yourself why you really want to launch a business. What are your reasons? What are your key drivers? What's your why behind all of this? Why do you really want this? At the end of the day, I believe you want to run a business because you want to feel happy. You want to feel happy. But what will happen as you reach those goals and you hit those milestones and you get your first client, and then you host a retreat, and then you earn your first 100,000, and then you earn your first million, you will feel highs, you will feel happy, but it's only going to last for a short amount of time. And then your happiness level goes back down to your set point. And there's actually studies out there that show that we all have a certain happiness set point, and we have these bumps and jumps along the way and these highlights, so to speak, but then we go back down. And I found this in my own journey as I have been reaching for bigger and bigger goals and I accomplished them. I did feel happier, but only for a while, and then my happiness level goes back down. So what do we do about that? Well, what I found is that true happiness comes from feeling happy right now. I know you heard this before, I know you heard about gratitude, but I can't tell you enough about that because problems will come up, issues will come up, people will disagree with you, people may not like you, people may be negative, people may do all sorts of things. The world around us is full of problems and issues. And all you can ever do is feel happy right now because the past is gone and you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So in order for you to feel happy and feel that high that you're really looking for, you need to work on that every single day. So whether you're, successful or you think you're successful right now or maybe you're not, happiness is your job. So I began to make happiness my job every single day. And I'm not always successful. Some days I'm not happy and I'm not feeling well. But for the most part, I understand that my happiness comes from inside of me. My happiness is not the result of people around me. And my happiness doesn't depend on how people act or what people say or what's happening in the world. It comes from me, and I can be happy about a cup of coffee. I can be happy about my kids, my dog. So I wish for you that you realize that your happiness comes from the inside and you make that a daily practice because you never know what's going to happen in the future and the past is already gone. The third big tip I have for you is to not do it alone. Learn from mentors that have gone before you. And I know you've heard this before, but you may not be doing it right now. You might be holding back thinking, let me try this myself. Let me figure this out. Let me see if this strategy over here is going to work. And I was in your shoes. I thought the same thing. And after 18 months of investing and working and not making any money in my business, I finally got to this point where I said I have to either quit the business or leave my job or something has to change. I need help. So stop trying to do it all yourself. Stop struggling, stop stressing, and go out there and learn from the people that are where you want to be. And when I began to really seek out the best mentors, the best programs, the best trainers, I began to create massive momentum for myself and my mindset and my business, the way I was acting, the projects I was working on. And I literally fast-tracked my success because I didn't try to do it all myself, but I actually leapfrogged ahead because I knew where I wanted to go and I had the guidance of some of the best mentors on my side. And lastly, of course, do things before you feel ready. If you wait to feel ready for things, you will wait forever because it will not happen. The way it works is that you feel ready when you already accomplished something, right? Imagine learning how to ride a bike. When you know how to ride a bike, you feel ready for a bike ride. You will not be afraid anymore. You will jump on the bike and just go. But in order to get there, you have to get on the bike without feeling ready for it. Make sense? So in order for you to grow and learn and have success and get to your goals, you need to take those steps even if you're not 100% confident, even if you don't know where you're going yet, and you have to make your goals a lot bigger than your excuses. And now I would love to hear from you. As always, leave me a comment below. What's your story? What's the message that you want to share with the world? I would love to get to know you more, so leave me a comment below and let's have a conversation. And now I have something really special for you. Maybe this episode inspired you. Maybe now you're thinking, well, Carolin, yes, I want to do it. I'm ready. I'm ready to jump. I'm ready to no longer hold back. I want to launch and scale a successful online coaching business. And that's where I come in and I want to help you. So why work with us? Well, A, we care more than anyone else. We're not just here to sell you. We're here to make you shine. We're here to really help you succeed and be happy no matter what that looks like for you. And B, we're proven, tested, and tried. And we literally take the guesswork out of building a successful online business. All you need to do is come on in, talk to our team, and together we can build a plan that works for you. Go to carolinsoldo.com/book now, book a call with my team, and let's figure out the best next steps for you. Now stay focused on your goals, because I believe that you are meant to bring your passions to the world as well. If you like this episode, give me a like below, leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and then I'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching and take care. Do you want to build a successful online coaching business, but you're not sure how to get started and you're scared of wasting time and money on the wrong steps? Let me be your coach and show you the right steps to quickly launch your business, attract the perfect clients, and multiply your income. To learn more, go to coachingbusinesstraining.com. Thanks for watching. Take care.